All right. Oh, did it again. I've lost my little. Maybe I give it to Ariana. Well, either way, these headphones broke, and those headphones don't have the quarter-inch cable I need. Oh well. So anyway, I'm starting up a D&D campaign thing. And it's going to be on my. We're going to play it on Twitch or on stream. It'll be on YouTube too, and Facebook and whatever. But right now I'm writing the kind of the rule book, just to have. Well, it's going to start off as a rudimentary guide, but it will get more and more complex as we go on. And I need to make some like basic charts to keep my thoughts in order and everything. Let me go ahead and share this with some various people. So let's put on a little bit of music, I guess. Let's listen to some of my old music, like way back, like the beginning of my SoundCloud. It's been a long time since I listened to the old stuff. Playlist, white tracks, no tracks. Yeah, go all the way back. Oh yeah, let's listen to this. It looks like I have to do some sound routing. Oh wait, no, maybe not. Maybe I just didn't have it routed. Oh, I do have to do some sound routing. Sounds fine for me, but let's see, sound routing. Yes, this needs it from here. Perfect, I think. All right. Turn that down a little bit. Just getting this set up right now. I gotta just put on. Oh, that sounds good. Tommen did this. Damn. I love this shit. What a good song. Fuck, it's just drawing me in, man. It's fucking awesome. Let's listen to Tommen's stuff today. I wonder if he's still hanging around. I wonder if he'll see it. He used to come around a lot. Anyway, let me open up Emacs. Oh, what did I, shit. Did I lose all that work that I did the other day? Shit, I might have. Alright, let's turn this down a little bit. Okay, yeah. Probably, maybe a little more like that. Shit. Alright, Doug Wild. God damn it. I can't believe I lost that whole thing. Was it all in the scratch folder and then it got scratched? Oh no, that burns my soul. That burns my soul, man. I wrote a whole fucking intro and it was good. Alright, that's fine. Anyway. So, say, so there are varying races, but there's also what do you call them? Like, oh, rays. Of course. I mean, so among a lot of people don't know anything about this. This is something that I've been talking about for a while. There are 12 rays in total. Within those rays, within those rays are the 7 harmonies and the 5 dissonances, or you could say discordances. So the 7 harmonies are ones that you would know. They are, you know, let's write them in their rainbow order. So I guess violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red from top to bottom that's like a rainbow that is right side up. Red is not at the top of the rainbow. The LGBT flag is the rainbow turned upside down, and it is because it is showing that human are in distress. It is turning a flag upside down has been a symbol of people in distress for a long time, the people represented by that flag. The 5 discordances can be described as, let's say, they have a different kind of color name. They're not really colors, they're pigments. So there's a difference between, so a hue, there's I guess you should say there's positive colors and negative colors. And what I mean by that is that there's colors that are made by the mixing and separation of light, which are harmonies. And there are colors that are made by the mixing and separation of pigments, which are discordances. So these are sanguine, or red. And let's see. Okay, so these are sanguine. There's various humors in the body, and they're related to this. So sanguine, there's sanguine. There is choleric. There is what is it called? Oh, yeah. There's melancholic. And there's the phlegmatic. And even above this, there is the yin yang. There's the Tai Chi, which is divided into yin yang. The yin yang is then separated. White and black is separated into the 5 pigments. Okay, so yin, 5 pigments, discordances. And then white yang is 7 rays, harmonies. This is complicated because it just is. Reality is just complicated. So okay. There's so many axes of this. It's so hard to explain. But I'm going to simplify it so that we can use it as a game. We can use it as a role-playing game. Sanguine, choleric, melancholic, phlegmatic. And then there's a fifth one, but it is not often talked about. What is it? Oh, let me look at the color wheel, because the color wheel contains it. Because okay, so if I was to throw up a color wheel on here, a 5-part color wheel, Okay, so here's pick. Okay, we'll open this in color paint. So I can label it for you. It'll make it a lot easier to see. No, not that. Open, downloads, color. Damn it, where did I just download that? I thought it was to this. Color. No, it must have been to pick. Okay, here we go. Color wheel. Image. So, let me go to the stream here. Oh, shit, what did I just do? List mode. Okay, let's duplicate this. Game 2. Okay, and then on this screen capture, we're going to look at color paint. Alright, so color paint. Oh wait, shit. Well, oh, this is on sound. We're listening to SoundCloud. We can't be listening to. We're gonna get a copyright hit or something. Let's listen to. I'm gonna try to get some like medieval Viking music copyright free. Okay, so now here we go back. I'm gonna bring up the chat. There's so much shit to keep track of when you're streaming. Jesus, these people really do have. When you start streaming, you're like, oh, wow, I guess that's why they couldn't do everything all at once forever that everyone always expected them to do. I mean, I knew that already, I just didn't know how fucking bad it was. Anyway, scale. Keep aspect ratio. We're gonna scale it up like what, like 300%. All right, so on any, this is a 12-point color wheel. The 12-point wheel can also be broken into 24. And those are represented by the 24 runes of the runic alphabet. The 12 represent the same as like the months, the zodiac calendar, and all that. But not all of them are consonant with one another, meaning that if they're too close, they cannot form a harmony easily. So this is where music theory comes in. There's a musical theory about this. So, for example, if you wanted to make a harmonious color palette, you would take first, third, fifth, which is in music is the sound of a major chord. First, third, fifth of a scale. You can start at any point, and then that will be your root note of the scale. And then as you move along, so if you start on, let's say you start on red, here's your 1, here's your 3, here's your 5. And then that would be a nice little, well, red is more like, so, go back, there are 7 hues of light and 5 hues of pigment. The pigmentary hues This is just a way to break it down. It's not actually, there's actually 12 of both. Okay, so that there, I made it better for myself, because really what it is that there's a yin, there are yin and yang. There is a yin and yang light, basically. This is how it's divided. So light is divided from darkness, you know. Light, darkness. This is further divided because light has yin, yang light, which is harmonic. 7 rays. And also there is yin light, which is pigmented. Five rays. So, and then, these are hues, and these are pigments. So you have, yeah. So in this game you have humans, or you have human and pigmen. Pigmen aren't exactly pigs. They are pigment men. But pigmen is for short. Okay. These are what are called the races. The races of man. This is so interesting because it's like it's really hard to explain, but it is. This is just kind of how the world works. Like the real one we're living in right now. But I'm describing it in a way to use it as both a guide for people to understand the world, but also to be able to play a game with friends. Oh, I didn't switch over to Emacs. Cancel. Great. So yes, there are human and pigmen. Pigmen are pigment men. Human are people of hue. One is not better than the other. It is just different. So, even though the numbers of yin, of yang and yin here are 7 and 5, yang gives 1. Yang is dynamic giving and gives 1 to yin, the receptive, in order to make them equal, so that they are both 6/6. But in their when they're separated, so that is when they're married, they are 6/6. When they are separated, they are 7/5. The yang is said to be dynamic, and the yin is said to be magnetic. So, let's see. Yin and yang. So this, all of this, let's put it up. It's up here. Yin and yang. Yang is said to be dynamic because it is always moving and giving, or trying to, it's extroverted, you could say. It's dynamic, extroverted, positive, giving of itself outwardly, welcome or not, which is notable for being this notable as a source of violence and aggression. Yin is magnetic. It is introverted. It is negative. That is not to say that it is like a negative person, like, oh, I'm a negative person, I'm whining all the time. And that's not what it's about. It's not saying that. It's saying that a negative, it's saying like electricity. Negative is something that receives a charge. Positive is something that gives a charge. So the electron moves from the positive to the negative pole. Am I saying that right? Or is it the other way around? No, I'm pretty sure that's the pole with the more. Oh, so okay, so the pole with more electrons is said to have negative polarity. Oh, shit. Okay, so this is reverse, actually. So this is south. Magnet. Negative polarity. Is it? No, this is north magnet. This is south magnet. This is positive polarity. Because when yin collects to itself, then it becomes negative. So yin doesn't collect to itself mostly. But if it was to be stacked with two more, it would be yang. It would become it would be negative. So it's like it's the one that has the more electrons. And this is what causes the flow in electrical current. I know that this is pretty complicated shit for a role-playing game, but I'm writing it from my knowledge to make it accurate, and then I'm going to simplify it down for people's understanding. Because people are probably not going to be able to understand what the hell I'm talking about most of the time right here. FYI. Hey, Shepherd Chrissy. Hi, Crystal Sampson. Red. FYI. Yeah. Hello, FBI. I love you. You're welcome to watch. This is just for fun, but it might also be helpful for you. So yin is said to be magnetic, introverted, south magnet, positive polarity, receiving into itself, fertile. Which can sometimes come across as sometimes selfish. The ultimate goal of Tai Chi is balance. Balance between the elements. Not one. One does not get victory over the other. The ultimate goal of Tai Chi is balance of all elements, so that all things coexist in peacefulness, in harmony. So that is the ultimate goal of Tai Chi. Unifying opposites. The Holy Grail lies at the Conjunctio Oppositorum. The conjunction of opposites. From the center of the cross rises the rose. Rises the many-petaled rose. There's a diagram that will help explain some of what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll go ahead and put it up so that you guys can see it and not think that I'm a fucking lunatic. It would just be easier to explain with. So let's go look for. I know I have a picture of it. It is the Hermetic Cross. It'll probably be in my occult folder. Golden Dawn. It should be under maybe Golden Dawn. Let's see. What is it called? Shit. What is the actual name of the figure? Oh, the lumen, or the stellar lumen. So this is the rose cross. I mean, it's the symbol of the rose cross. This is the symbol of my order that I have been inducted into, and I understand these things very well. And it's like, okay, some people are like, well, how the fuck do you know? And I'm like, because I am one of them. It's my fucking house, dude. Like, shut up. You don't fucking know what you're talking about. If you think, anyway, people don't know what they're talking about. They're always coming at me and saying like, Lex White, how the fuck do you know that that's true? And it's like, well, I do know that it's true because I do know that it's true because I live it in real life. I am of this order. This is me we're talking about. Okay. This is the cross of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. So, the many-petaled rose arises at the center. The reason to make this into a role-playing game is to teach people the system without them even having to work at it. You can just play. You can just play a game, and you'll eventually end up understanding what it is. Yes, from the center of the cross rises the many-petaled rose. Just gonna put this up here. It's hanging from our ceiling there. Okay. So, that's the nature of how things are delineated as they're spreading out from there. So, these are manifest as the 24 runes let's see, there's 12. There's 12 pairs of runes. "22 in the Hebrew alphabet plus dot and blank. Singular, singularity, and void." So there's 24 in both systems. It's just that 2 of them in the Hebrew alphabet are not explicit letters. They're implicit letters. These are runic alphabet has 24 explicit letters. This I should say, I guess. The Elder Futhark runic alphabet has 24 explicit letters. The Hebrew alphabet has Hebrew Aleph bet has 22 explicit letters, 2 has 22 explicit letters, 2 implicit letters, and 10 numbers. So there's a counting system of 12 and a counting system of 10s. This is actual occult shit. Like we were talking about that, actual occult shit. We're not talking about the game yet. This stuff is actually like reality so far. So anyway, let's get back to something that's a little more in line with the game. We have human and pigmen. The races are divided thusly. Yes, so the races are human and pigmen. It's just primary. You can be half of one and half of the other. So we know that the human, you know, we're red, yellow, orange, red, yellow, orange, green, blue, indigo, violet. Well, I'm not sure if that's the correct... See, there's a correct name for them. And then pigmen are sanguine, which is red. They are choleric, which is yellow. They are what is it called? Orange. It's called it's like opalescent or something. They are sanguine, choleric, opalescent. And then these would, okay, sanguine. These are cinnabar, sulfur, opalescent. This cinnabar stands for the sanguine, meaning the blood. Sulfur stands for the choleric, meaning the urine. I mean, it's one of the humors. Then there's the red, white, yellow, black, and blue humors. Red, white, yellow. So red, yellow, white. You could call this, I don't know the polite way to say it. Emissive. You could say it is semen. Is what it is. Sanguine, or milk. Semen and milk. Sanguine, choleric, azure. That's melancholy. Blue is melancholy. Amethyst. Oh, okay. So, this proper word is phlegmatic, melancholy, and amethyst is the special one. And it is what do you call a purple dye? There's an old name for it. Name for Tyrian. Tyrian. So these are red, yellow, white, blue, purple. Yeah. Red, yellow, white, blue, purple. Let me arrange these in tabs. Because I should be like making a table. So there are the 7 lights and the 5 humors. That's what makes up the physical body. These together are called, they're called the hues. But we could also call them vivids. They are also called inks. They are also called whatever. They're called a lot of things. 7 lights and 5 humors. So it's 7 rays. 7 rays. 5. Blank. 7. Okay, so and then there's the 7 tones and the 5 tones. This is the diatonic, 7 tones diatonic, and the 5 tones pentatonic. The pentatonic is yin. The pentatonic is yin, and the diatonic is yang. The pentatonic gives, or the pentatonic receives, and the diatonic gives. I don't know. This is like, I don't know if I should give people this much power by telling them this shit. This might be a bad idea to even be streaming this. This is terrible. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. But I said I would. I said I would. So I really shouldn't, though. I'm not sure if the world is ready to hear these things. Because it's not up to me to decide. Someone up higher made a choice. Five tones, pentatonic, 7 rays, 5. The 7 rays, oh, and 5 mirrors. So because they're mirror reflections. You can see this when you bounce. So if you go put light through a prism, white light through a prism, then it turns into a rainbow. It's split in by the crystal matrix into parts that are the rainbow. And if you bounce that back off of a mirror, the 5 that are coming back at you are the 5 mirrors, are the 5 mirror colors. So when you're actually looking into the world and you see green grass, you are seeing mirror green. You are not seeing pigment green. Well, you are seeing pigment green, not light green. It's not green light. It is the opposite of green light in a certain sense. It is pigment or mirrored light, because green. So grass is green because the cells in it photosynthesize, and when they are photosynthesizing, they want the tastiest frequencies for them. Themselves, which are the reds, the more reddish and bluish parts of the spectrum. But grass is green. We see the color green and call it green, but what we really mean is that it is pigment green. It is not light green. That is to say, not light green as in a lighter shade of color, but a color that is, if it is pigment made of matter and light, or the pigments are made of matter and the rays are made of light. So when you're receiving light directly into your eye, like if you saw a green sun, you're not seeing a green sun because it's reflecting green light, it's emitting green light. So you are actually seeing green. If you look at the sun and you see yellow, you see yellow. But if you look at a thing, a piece of paper over here, and it's yellow, you're not seeing yellow, you're seeing pigment yellow. Which is to say that the sunlight hits it, and yellow is the only color that bounced and hit your eye. That's how the light is shed upon things. The source of the light has the actual color. The receptor of the light has the pigment color. So the source of the light has the actual color, or has the real color, or let's say the true color, and the object of the light that which is lighted is the pigment color or false color or pseudo. It is a pseudo color, not because it's wrong. It's not wrong. It's just that it is not that thing itself, because that's why you're seeing it as that thing. So, for example, this is an interesting thing about racism, is that black people are white. What that means is that they absorb all rays of the sun. They absorb all of it. And so their pigmentation, their melanin, absorbs all rays of the sun and reflects back very little, depending on their coloration, their hue. This is why we're called human. So so they are white people, actually, and because their nature is white, as in to say that they have all the colors in them, whereas the people who are white, called white people, are pigment people of color. They're people of color, and they are pigmented because they are from all of the light of the sun is being reflected back. That's why our skin appears so pale. Some of it is being absorbed, but some of it is not, or most of it is not. It's being reflected back at you. That's why we are pale. So that is, we are, so a race, so we could say that the African race is black in pigment color, but white in light color. The Caucasian race is white in light color, or white in pigment color, but black in light color. Because we don't absorb anything, we don't absorb the light of the sun. On the inside, we are black. If you close your eyes, you see black. And if it would be vice versa for other people. I mean, these are very broad generalizations and are not meant to be hateful commentary on race in any sense. I'm just talking about, there's a reason why people get so confused about race issues. Because black people who appear to have black skin are white on the inside, and people who appear to have white skin are black on the inside. So, when people say the Egyptians were black, they were people of color, they're correct, and they looked about like me, which is to say that they had reddish beards, they had blue eyes, they had pale skin. They were from Egypt, called Kemet, which means black land. This refers to the River Nile, fertile shores. So yes, this refers to the River Nile's fertile shores. That giveth forth life. So back in ancient Egypt, black was considered the color of life, and white was considered the color of death. The reason for that is that the dead would lose their color from their skin as the blood and so on began to pool and drain at the bottom. Life is black because it is filled to the brim with color. It's filled with pigment color. It has a rich assortment of all material things combined together, which makes it black. So we're talking about something metaphysical here. Yeah, we're talking about metaphysics, not monkey see, monkey do reality. This is how the universe functions with optics. Isaac Newton wrote extensively on this. You can read his treatise on optics, and it will explain this same thing. He was also a member of my order. He was a very well-beloved one, and we all read his work, pretty much. So almost anything can be divided to an infinitely fine set of values. An infinite series that converges on infinity, that converges or diverges to infinity. The only thing that it can't do is repeat. Well, I mean, it can be repetitive, but that is real death. That is the end of the game. That is the game set lock. When the game is locked, then that means it needs to be reset. we have a system to reset the world in place, but life functions like this for a reason. So, from the cosmic source, Tai Chi, we receive the Yang energy and Yin energy. In the beginning, God created. In the beginning of God's creation of the heavens and the earth, which is Bereshith bara Elohim haaretz v'hashamayim. In the beginning of God's creation of the earth was without form and chaos. That is to say, everything was spread out and distributed evenly. It had no form. It was 1 0 1 0 1 0. It was checkerboarded all the way out to the end of the out to reality. The checkerboard is chaos. Something called chaos. It is not order. So we want to put things in order. So we don't want chaos. So God said, "Let there be light." And there was. And God separated the light from the darkness. This here, at this moment in the creation of the universe, is the delineation of yin and of yang and yin principles. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to understand this, hopefully, but it is pretty detailed. I mean, we're getting down pretty to brass tacks here about how the universe is created. And we can continue to separate yin and yang. So among yin, we could say, this side of yin is more yang, this side of yin is yin yin, more yin. Those are called young yin and old yin. And the yang is the same. And it has young yang and old yang. They can be broken up more finely into smaller parts, called old yin, called old and young. So old young yin, old yin, young yin. Old yang, young yang. Because old values have stayed around for a long time, so they are more of that polarity than younger values. Now, if we take that polarity and we are looking at the young value, the old of one side attracts the young of the other side, because every one of these pairs is split into 7, 5, and when they're separated, they're 7 and 5, but when they're together, they're 6 6 because Yang puts one inside of Yin. Lingam in yoni, penis in vagina, sex. This is the way of the creation of the universe. This is literally how the universe was created. I'm sharing it with you right now. I hope that you can appreciate the immensity of what I'm doing. However, the immensity weighs heavily on me because it's very difficult to write. So, because you have to think very, 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 very finely. So let's review. From the superposition of 1 and 0, the beginning state of the universe called chaos, where all things were blended evenly or equally, exactly. There was no motion, nothing, just static energy. But luckily for us, the breath, spirit, ruach, aloha, Eloha, moved, of the Elohim, moved upon the face of the waters, the abyss, the deep, chaos. And in so doing, created a rippling effect, which began to separate light from darkness. That first word was literally light. In Hebrew, this is our, or. And in Latin, this is lux. So when I tell you that my name is Lex White, where Lex means law in Latin, and white means white, as in white light, then you see I am descended from Lux White. He's my older brother. Lux White. People know him by the name of Christ. Because he is crucified in the sky as a heavenly orb, the sun. He's eternally shining forth his heavenly rays, casting them upon the pigments of the material reality. For God's sake, save this time. Last time I was writing it and it was like, Jesus Christ, I wish I kept it. But the Lord works in mysterious ways and has his ways with various things, so it'll be fine. So there are many Lexwites. There are many Lexwites in the world, expressed in different ways. Every being has many of themselves spread across the worlds, and they don't realize that all of these different realities are connected through what Plato called the realm of the ideals. The ideals refer to the purpose of a thing, what it does and why it was created. A chair exists so that a human can sit. The more perfect a chair, the more it will let's say the more ideal the chair, the better it will perform this practice. But almost anything can be used as a chair, and so is sitting on, and so is present in the realm of ideals, of ideal chairs, on a spectrum from least ideal chair to most ideal chair. This is really deep stuff. From Trey Twyman? Raymond? No, I haven't. I don't know if you're still watching, but if you are, I guess not. Let's see if I can look him up. Trey Twyman. That's a basketball player. I don't understand. Trey Twyman. Oh shit, this is hard on the old noggin to organize all this. All right. I'm just gonna get up for a minute, go refill my water bottle, walk around, stretch. So, did I have music on? Oh yeah, I did have music on. I hadn't been even listening to it. Okay, back. Does anybody hang out? Watching anything? Doesn't seem like it. That's okay. This is kind of boring anyway. But I just like to be able to work on it. Do it on stream. I'll have a record of it and be able to explain everything. In case anything of this ever pops up in court or anything. They'll see that I am paying tribute to, you know, I will mention where I got certain things from, or I'll know how I know them. Cite my sources, I guess, is what I'm saying. Okay, so we're just gonna call ourselves done with all that. Above this line, we're going to call ourselves done with. For now. I mean, we're gonna return to everything. We just have to move on so that I can work on something else with my mind. So, the world. The world is split also into yin, you know, into two pairs, right? Everything is split into two pairs of yin and yang. They're positive and negative. The yang, the yin, let's do the yin first, this is called goyim, or goyim, peoples of the nations, cattle, chattel, property. These people are considered to be possessed. They are owned by people. Whereas on the other hand, there are the kindred, who are of the families. So goyim is the yin. So they are of the 5 nations. The kindred are of the 7 families. So the 5 nations, let's see, I guess we could call them Hyperborean, Atlantean, Lemurian, Syrian, final one is called, well, it's called Drurger in some languages. They're called, but they're called something that is black. I mean, not black as in, they're called something that is an evil. They're called something evil. So they're the abominations. That's a complete, they don't live on the surface of the world. They don't live up here. So you don't even know about them. The kindred of the 7 families. See, now these each correspond, you know, always these will correspond to different colors of light, or the different colors and pigments. Kindred of the 7 families. The kindred of the 7 families, you know, you might be familiar with them as like vampires, werewolves, hunters, mages, there are clerics, there are bards. Let's see, clerics, bards, and there are, okay, so vampires, werewolves, hunters, mages. Well, no, I put it out of order. Clerics. Say priests. Mages, bards, monarchs. So I know that this is all confusing, because almost everyone is a mix of all of these things. So we're going to call this sanguine, hunter, hungry, sanguine, and this is choleric, they're pissed off, werewolves. Sanguine, they're vampires. Oh. Sanguine, they are bloody. They are vampires. The hunters are hungry. Let's say, actually, so orange. They are oh yeah, so okay, so the hunters are phlegmatic. They are hungry. They are hunters. The priesthood is green, money, life, growing. Green, money, growing priests. Okay, but we could say that they are, what is the word for them? So they're, you know, I don't know, they're emerald. Mages are blue. So they are, let's say, blue is mages. Blue is mages, and it is throat, voice, speakers. Indigo is bards. They are third eye visionaries. Violet are monarchs. They are crowns. They are rulers. Everyone has these traits. Everyone in the world has these traits. It's just to which degree do they have them compared to the other ones. So Hyperborean, Atlantean, Lemurian, Syrian, Abomination. Which we need to change that to something else that's offensive to them. I mean, it's true, but it is offensive. I guess they're Molochian. So among let's say these are the races. So among the races there are, we have 7 hues, 5 pigs. And a human, they go. Let's go. I guess let's just go red. Red, yellow, orange, green, blue, indigo, violet. Five pigs. There you go. Sanguine, choleric, phlegmatic, I'm not sure what to call it. What is it called when there's green and what's that called? Oh, it's called chloral. Chlorophyll. That's the name of the color, chloral. Okay, so chloral, sanguine, choleric, phlegmatic, chloral, and amethyst. So these can also, they have other names too. There's plenty of other names. You can say iron. This is iron, sulfur, magnesium, I believe, and also mercury is there. Chloral, chloral is what, like ammonium? No, chloral. Chloral, and there's chlorophyll. Amethyst is also what's that metal? It's like cobalt. Anyway, so yeah, there is no white race and there is no black race in the world. There are white and black are colors. I mean, are everything combined. There are red, yellow, orange, green, blue, violet hues, and there are sanguine, choleric, phlegmatic, chloral, and amethyst pigments of people. Red, likes blood, violence, gore. Likes aggression, territory, marking with scent. Urine. I mean, yeah. Likes phlegm, semen. You know, they like and they're hungry. Full of desire to satiate themselves. Green. They like plants. They like money. They like they are envious. Blue, they like water, like sky, like mountains. They are sad, depressed, melancholic. Indigo. Indigo is likes flowers, knowledge, expression, wisdom. Oh, actually, and this likes speaking, words, language. Likes flowers, knowledge, expression, wisdom. Well, we won't put wisdom here, but it is here, kind of. You know, I'll just put it here then, I guess. Wisdom, understanding. Violet is likes transcendence. Moving beyond, letting go. So, these are the races, these are the hues of men and races. And they can live in harmony, in certain harmonies. In other ones, they certainly can't. So, sanguine, iron, rusty taste, metallic, dwarven, hard-working. See, this is elven, this is dwarven. Fae. Maybe that's not right. Elven. So choleric, yellow is but sulfur is likes rust. So this one is like bad eggs, volcanoes, farts, um, tough to handle, powerful, useful, bit of a bad odor. Phlegmatics are like cummy. They are mummy, tummy, bummy, summy, nummy. Shit like that. Elven. Natural. Or let's say growing, healing. Spreading out, exploring. Sweet. Sweet, but sharp and deadly. Living on the interior of the earth. Comfortable in darkness. So, I gotta